Welcome back, everybody. Before I jump into this video, I would like to give a huge thank you to everyone for coming out and supporting my channel. It really means a lot to me and the other guys working on this channel. Hopefully you'll get to meet them soon. We plan on doing a range video where we go out and shoot a lot of these rifles that we're reviewing and other weapons that you'll see in the future. So make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for that video coming out. Also, make sure you share these videos with your friends, your family, whoever else is in your life, so that they can be informed and educated about firearms and the safety regarding these weapons. Finally, turn on your notifications so that every time we release a new video like this, you get notified and can be one of the first to see it ever. Getting into the review. Today we're going to be taking a closer look at another bolt-action rifle. I promise we have other rifles and weapons that we will review, but this is very similar to our last rifle, the Mossberg Patriot, in price, in performance, all of that. So I wanted to go ahead and get this rifle out there too, as sort of a comparison to the Mossberg Patriot that's back over there. This particular rifle is the Savage Axis. This rifle is chambered in .30-06, but Savage does offer other calibers for you, like a .223, .22, .250, .243, .270, 6.5 Creedmoor, a whole lot more. Very similar in length to the last rifle, it's 0.25 inches off. Same length on the barrel, 22 inches. That takes it to 42.5 inches in length. It has a 1 in 10 twist with the black carbon steel barrel. It is not fluted like the Patriot rifle is, and does not have the twisted bolt here. Still relatively smooth to operate. There's a little breaking point right there, as with most rifles. Still very smooth though. A little bit of play back here, but not as much as what's in that Patriot rifle, like I mentioned before. I do have a few other complaints about this rifle, but we'll get into that later. This rifle also has the adjustable trigger, not unlike the Mossberg Patriot. However, this one goes from 1.5 to 4 pounds, so it's a little bit on the lighter end, but it's still very versatile. This rifle was purchased about 2 years ago for $400. The standard 3-9x40 scope was included in that price. It comes with a pretty standard bolt, like I said before, pretty smooth for the price. Operates just fine. I've never had any sort of loading issues with it or anything like that. Speaking of the bolt, that brings us to one of the complaints I have about this rifle. So in our firearm safety video, we will talk about the safe handling of these weapons, which is one of the reasons I'm uncomfortable taking the bolt out of this rifle. I have cleared this weapon multiple times today, just now, so I'm going to go ahead and take the bolt out. But to show you, you have to pull the trigger and press this little button here to get the bolt to come out and release like that. It's a very weird feeling to be pulling the trigger like that. Just remember to always keep that pointed in a safe direction and never point the rifle at anything you do not intend to shoot. Interesting fact about the bolt though, it has a floated bolt head. This little piece right here is what locks into the action and secures your cartridge before firing. Having the floated bolt head allows it just enough play in that action up there. It allows it to get a tight seal on both the rifle and between the bolt and the cartridge. So it definitely doesn't have a negative impact on the rifle, but other rifles that I have that don't have this floated bolt head don't seem to have very big issues, so I can't say for sure that it has significantly improved the performance of the rifle. The trigger pull on this rifle is nice and short, much like the Patriot. I have them both set to a similar weight. There is a little bit of creep at the end, a little more than what's in the Patriot. Loosening it up, tightening it down, did not take that out. It is relatively hard to notice though, especially if you're a newer shooter, you're more focused on the recoil, you're not focused on the minute differences in the trigger. Out on the range, I consistently get 3-round groups sub MOA, a little bit larger than what the Patriot was at. My last 3-shot grouping was about 0.8 inches. Still sub MOA, still very nice for a $400 rifle. Anywhere from that $300 to $500 range. If you can get sub MOA or half MOA, you can consider that a big win. One other complaint that I do have about this rifle is the safety. It's right here in the back and it's very hard to access with an open bolt. You have to turn that safety on and that is safety off. You do have to turn safety off to release the bolt mechanism out of the rifle when you're putting it away. Besides that, just very minor complaints. My last issue with this rifle is the stock. So I mentioned before in the Mossberg Patriot video that some rifles have a stock that flexes up here near the barrel and will give you accuracy problems if you're holding it too hard or trying to grip it and hold it steady against your shoulder. Mounting a bipod should help that, sometimes it doesn't. This stock seems to be one of the lucky ones. I know plenty of other people who were not so lucky. They had to go out and get a new stock, so do be careful of that. It's an issue I've seen more with the Savage Axis than the Mossberg or the Remington rifles that are around the same price range. With that being said, I would consider this a good rifle to be purchased. It definitely earns its price tag. I personally prefer the last rifle we reviewed, the Mossberg Patriot, but the Savage Axis is definitely a great rifle. One of the biggest differences I can say between the two rifles is how it fits. And that's gonna be based on your body type, your personality. I hold the rifle here, and with my cheek weld, it's just a lot smaller than what it is on the Patriot. It can be fixed with a new stock, however. There's plenty of options out there for you. If you buy this rifle and you don't necessarily like it, add stuff to it, sell it, do whatever you like. There are plenty of options out there. If you have any questions or if you know something that I missed about this rifle, please post those in the comments below. I'd like to see and read all of them. Also, post what you would like to see next on this channel. We've got plenty of options out there for what we can do. Different weapons we have planned for review. We have a range day on the calendar. That being said, you guys are going to be the ones running this channel. Tell us what you want to see so that we can create the type of content that you want to watch. Also, make sure you follow our Instagram page. You can get updates on what the channel is doing, some behind the scenes for our videos in the future, and a bunch of other cool content. Go follow that page. The link is in the description below. Make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you don't miss another video. Thank you for watching and supporting the Weapons Vault. Stay safe.